I have an older Bryant residential service panel. The label is missing, so I can't be sure of the model number. It is the size and configuration of a 200A panel but has a 175A main breaker. How likely is it that the panel is actually rated for 200A?
Welcome. My name is XXXXX would be glad to assist. Have you removed the cover to see if any labels are on the inside? How many positions are available? Counting the available slots for all the breaker positions?
The cover has been removed and there are no labels. Give me a minute and I will tally the breaker positions.
Okay.
There are 22 1-inch positions including the main breaker.
So, it is 20 total, 10 on the left and 10 on the right?
This service has a single column of breaker with the main near the center of the bus bar.
Okay, sounds like another brand. Bryant's were normally left and right, but could be an early version, I guess. What breakers are in the panel? Can you read the models? Is the main a plug-in style? Or bolted?
I should mention that this is a residential all-in-one. All the breakers appear to be original and all, including the main, are Bryant.
Okay. Well, that allows 20 circuits, which would be very small for a 200, usually that is associated with 150 and smaller. The label is what code requires to go by and makes it really difficult to determine. Is the main bolted to the bus or plug?
I'm getting a picture of it.
Okay, thanks.
Your system doesn't like my file type. I'll PDF it and send in a minute.
JPG or GIF?
Full-size image. Full-size image.
Give them a min to upload so I can see. They are loading now.
Full-size image.
I can see it. The style on the main is a plug style across the whole bus. You have a few MPT styles in there and a GE also. All are not Bryant.
Yes, those that appear to be original are Bryant, as is the main. The question here is, did Bryant produce a service that was rated for 175A max, or is this a 208 bus with a 175A main?
Well, without the label it cannot be identified. Judging by the quantity of spaces, I would guess no. Usually the main always represented the bus size accordingly. Rare to ever have a main smaller than the bus rating. But then again, it is a guess based on the picture and information. There is no way for anyone to determine exactly the rating. Is this for informational purposes?
No, we want to add solar, so the actual rating of the bus is important. It is uncommon to see a 175A service panel. Usually 100, 125, 200. If Bryant marketed a 175 at all, then I should assume that is what I have. If they never produced a service with a 175 max bus, then this is likely to be a 200.
I did a quick search and found the Bryant 175 amp mains, so it was a common use like the 150 and 200A. I wish it could be 100% definitive, but code states, the label must be intact to determine the internal components. I tried to find one similar and not found one as yet through some of my forums.
I know that the breakers you described were produced. What I don't know is, did they produce a service with a 175A max bus? There should be a model number somewhere that lists that as a specification and, perhaps, a picture that matches what I have.
I understand. The model number unfortunately is on the labels along with all the ratings, breakers allowed, etc. I see this many times and it is difficult to do some work because of the situation for customers. The internals were never labeled as to parts, that info also is on the labels. Always a catch-22. Any electrical contractor would have to use what is there for the basis, the 175A main. Otherwise they would be against code and it would fail inspections because of no documentation to show otherwise.
Is there a list of residential all-in-ones marketed by Bryant that lists the product numbers and specs? If they did not market a service with 175 max, that would be an indicator.
Bryant went out of business years ago. Cutler Hammer purchased the branding and supply the BR-style breakers that fit the panels. There may be something hidden in their files somewhere, but again, if you have no label there is not a way to compare. The 150 looks like the 200 on all panels. It is the bus makeup and design that rates the panels. I put out a notice on a forum we use to communicate with electrical experts across the country. Maybe I will get a hit.
Did Bryant have some convention in the way they designated the model numbers? If I can determine that, I can search on the model number that would correspond to a 175A mode.
I do not know how all the older styles were designated. I can opt out if you wish and pass this to any expert who may have knowledge of such. Do not know how long it would take or if anyone could have the information. When a company goes out of business, the files are pretty much internal to the company that bought them.
This is why I was willing to spend $30 to research this. Are we at a dead end?
I cannot provide any more, sorry. Code is strict that a label must be present for evaluation. I can opt out and see if anyone picks up the question. They will email you if someone posts.
All right. Thanks anyway.
Costs nothing here, just no rating and see if another expert can assist. Is that what you want to do?
If there is a way to get something more definitive, I will try it, but we seem to be out of avenues to explore. Is that your take as well?
To be honest, yes, because of how the code ties our hands for evaluation and installing electrical equipment. We cannot add a breaker without knowing the label contents to be sure a breaker is designed for the panel, with a couple exceptions on the new owners of the old company. If I told you yes it is rated 200, I have nothing to substantiate it, and that is liability. Prefer always to know 100% before advising, as we all do in this case. How bad is it deterring you if it is rated at 175 with the solar? Your load looks very minimal with the amount of circuits.
I understand. I did not expect to find the service on this forum, just get information on how proceed with the determination. We need all the capacity we can get on the existing service. Changing the service is not an option due to cost.
I understand. Possibly a call to Cutler Hammer is an option. Sometimes you can get through to an engineer willing to assist on such matters. Not a guarantee. Cutler Hammer bought them out when they went under. Eden Corporation, that is now.
Okay, I guess I'll try something with them.
Click here. Customer support option is where I would start. Will take some time. I have had several days go by before getting anything with today's equipment.
Okay, thanks. How do we terminate? Thanks for your help. I'll pay for effort.
Okay, it is appreciate. Thank you. If something does pop up, I can post to you even after this is closed out.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.